Hey guys, Benny here from the Benny Brothers channel, and I have with me today the Nintendo 64 controller for the Nintendo Switch, and this is the Japanese version of the controller. Reason being because I wasn't very lucky to be able to purchase one on the official Nintendo website because they've pretty much been out of stock for months now. And I haven't had the best luck to catch it when it was in stock, so unfortunately this had to be an eBay purchase, buying from a Japanese seller who sold this one for $88, which was surprisingly a little cheaper than what the American sellers want for the American version of the controller. But either way, this particular version will still work with an American Nintendo Switch, so let's just see what's in the box. Let's see. Here is the interior box that comes with it. So, if I carefully take this out, the controller, it comes with a rechargeable cord to plug into the console. And there's all sorts of plastic wrap covering it. Let me see. I guess I'll have to... Oh, no. I guess I didn't have to break it open. So here is the controller. It seems to feel a little more, tighter than the original analog stick, at least in my opinion. Then again, I haven't touched a controller, an N64 controller, in a long time, but honestly, it sort of feels the same. Just I guess slightly heavier, I could say, than the original controller. Of course, you can't put a rumble pack or a memory pack inside because there's already a charger packed in, or not a charger, but a, of course, a rumble already built in. But here's the Z button, the L and R buttons, and on the top, as you can see here, there is a new power button and a home button, as well as the little sync button on the top. And I believe this is ZR. It's kind of hard to tell with the lighting in my room. But everything is here. The D-pad, the start button, A and B, the C buttons. So yeah, let me see if I can set things up on the Nintendo Switch Online, and I'll show a short gameplay, and I guess show what it's like having the controller plugged in. Alright, so rather than starting off with Super Mario 64, I decided to try out Banjo-Kazooie for my first gameplay, and showing off the N64 controller. Of course, I don't have my camera with me, so I'll try and give my best thoughts on how it feels as I go. But before I get through with that, I'll just let you enjoy the little opening scene here. Alright, so here's the title screen. Then I'll choose my file. File 1, I already beat the game, so I'll go on ahead and go over to file 3. And I'll stay quiet for the opening story here. Alright, and that's done. So, let's see. I'm just figuring out the controls here. So I can seem to get him to walk and run just fine by adjusting the analog stick. Here's Bottles. Of course, he'll just give us the basics on what to do. I'm just letting all of this text dialogue go by at the normal pace for now. And I decided to go on ahead and do all of the training that Bottles gives us for the beginner moves, like the attack and the rolling. I obviously could have skipped to make this go by faster, but since it's been a while since I've actually played this game, I decided to go through the tutorial. And, just to get a feel for the original analog controls. Because it does feel a lot different than using, a modern Switch Pro controller. I can't exactly remember how tight the analog stick was on the original Nintendo 64 controller, but it does have that precise kind of tightness to it, and snapping back when you're letting go of it. So anyway, I'll just make my way around in this area, go to the different training grounds here. And here Bottles will teach us how to make different jumps, of course. So I'm getting a little bit used to the analog stick. The buttons feel fine, like A and B, and the camera buttons, or the C buttons, I should say. So we're just getting all of the jumping techniques done. And like I said, just waiting for all of this text dialogue to finish so I can still get a feel for the controls. So the jump and attack buttons feel fine. It's basically just movement that I have to get used to here. Found the first honeycomb piece. I think I was trying to look for the second honeycomb piece on the tree. And we can't exactly climb up there yet until after Bottles teaches us. And here we'll learn some basic attack moves, like the claw swipe. And with these beginner enemies here, they can't really attack us, since they're mainly just used for learning how to attack enemies and aim properly. And honestly, I think this is how, all platformer games should start. Giving you, a good feel for how all of the controls work, and basically just knowing how to use them. Which unfortunately, Yooka-Laylee didn't do very well, because there was like a rolling move that you can learn, but what they didn't tell you is that you could come to a complete stop when going up a slope. But honestly, this game aged far better in my opinion. And there's the second honeycomb piece. And some more attack moves for these boulder enemies. Just like the other enemies, they can't really hurt us, so all you have to do is aim your attacks, and then you'll get another honeycomb piece from these guys. Halfway there to all the honeycomb pieces. And here, Bottles will finally teach us how to climb things. So here I get the other honeycomb piece. Two more to go. I can't say I was a big fan of the swimming mechanics in this game when I was younger, but I got used to it over time. And another honeycomb piece will be down here. And of course, the last honeycomb piece will be around a waterfall. So I have to make some well-timed jumps. And if you go behind a waterfall, you will get an extra life. And just for a bonus, I thought I would share another extra life location, which is above Banjo's house. So, we'll get there in just a minute. Kind of surprising that Banjo wasn't slipping off of the roof there, because usually something that steep is something that he'll slide right off of. And here is the inside of Banjo's house. So the other buttons work fairly well, and I'm having no issues with the analog stick. I think after a while you get used to the weight of the controller. So now we'll head up to the Spiral Mountain and see Bottles one last time. And so he lets us across after we learn all of the moves. Which, of course, if you don't, he'll just have you going all the way back down the mountain if you decide to go to the tutorial route. And one more cutscene. And I think I'll go on ahead and try a different game before I end the video here. So that about wraps up my gameplay for Banjo-Kazooie. There's really not much I could say about like vibration from the controller from this game, so give me just a minute. There we go. And I'm going to try Star Fox 64 next, since that was the debut title of the Rumble Pack for the Nintendo 64, so I think it fits to play this next. I'm just gonna do one level though, so I'll just let the cutscene go through here.
Priority 1. We need your help, Star Fox. Andross has declared war. He's invaded the Lilat system and is trying to take over Corneria. Our army alone can't do the job. Hurry, Star Fox. Corneria, fourth planet of the Lylat system. The evil Andross turned this once thriving system into a wasteland of near extinction. General Pepper of the Cornerian army was successful in exiling this maniacal scientist to the barren, deserted planet Venom. 5 years later, General Pepper noticed strange activity coming from Venom. James McCloud, Pigma Dangar, and Peppy Hare of the Star Fox team were sent to investigate. Upon their arrival, Pigma betrayed the team, and James and Peppy were captured by Andross. Peppy barely escaped Venom and returned home to tell James' son, Fox, about his father's fate. A few years have passed. Andross has again invaded the Lylat system. General Pepper has turned to a new Star Fox team, headed by Fox McCloud, to save Corneria and free the Lylat system once again.
It's about time you showed up, Fox. You're the only hope for our world.
I'll do my best. Andross won't have his way with me.
Good luck.
Open the wing.
Check your G-diffuser system. Falco here. I'm fine. This is Peppy. All systems go.
Flippy here. I'm okay.
I see him up ahead. Let's rock and roll.
Okay, so the movement on the R-Wing feels pretty smooth with the analog stick, so that's good. So far, I'm really not having any problems with this controller. It feels pretty authentic to the original, to be honest. Before I said the analog stick felt a bit tight, but I think I just had to get used to how it moves and pretty much how it felt all these years later. So far, it's a pretty good controller. Unfortunately, I had to pay much more than the original asking price on the Nintendo website, but honestly, I'm just glad I could finally have it in my collection, because as it seems, they're no longer getting stocked on the website as far as I know, so I bought what I could on eBay for the controller. Almost $100, but I didn't really mind risking having to pay that much for it, to be honest.
I'll take this one. Get the one behind me.
So I tried to shoot down some enemies here, and I accidentally shot down Falco. I was trying to go for a high score on how many enemies could be shot down in the area, but unfortunately that didn't go too well. So we'll be going after the main path boss in this area. If Falco was still in his ship and flying around, I would go underneath these little arcs here with him, and then he would lead me to the alternate path to the end of the level. So I'm all set for the boss here. I just have a few more enemies to take care of. Usually that waterfall is where the alternate path would be if Falco was still around with me.
Dead ahead.
But this first boss is pretty easy. If you have enough Nova Bombs, you could pretty much just spam them on him and they'll take off a chunk of health from him at a time, so... Just a few hits, turning around a few times. And going around one last time should defeat him. And there you go. And the level is done.
We're heading out. All aircraft report.
You did it! I was worried for a moment.
You're becoming
But overall, the controller feels pretty perfect as far as I could mess around with it, so... Although I wish I could get the original retail price. I'm glad I could finally get one of these, so... With that all said and done, that concludes this gameplay and commentary of showing off the Nintendo Switch, Nintendo 64 controller. So, I'll see you guys next time, and we'll have more gameplays on the way. So, see ya.